Just au moment où les Thompson pensaient pouvoir tourner la page. Un dernier défi surgit. Une organisation nationale, se présente comme un groupe de défense de droits de forces de l'ordre. Intenta une action en justice contre Maya et Marcus. Les accusant de diffamation pour leurs plaintes publiques contre les officiers Simmons et Hansen. L'objectif était clair. Intimider les Thompson et dissuader d'autres de suivre leur exemple. Mais Elijah Washington, avec son flair juridique, transforma cette attaque en opportunité. Ils pensent nous faire taire. Dit-il à Maya et Marcus? Mais ils viennent de nous offrir un tribune encore plus grande. Le procès, médiatisé à l'échelle nationale, devint un moment décisif. Maya témoigna avec la même dignité à l'audience du département de la justice, racontant non seulement son expérience au Greenleaf Market, mais aussi les menaces, le vandalisme et les tentatives de discréditer sa carrière. Marcus, quant à lui, présenta les preuves numériques qu'il avait minutieusement rassemblées, y compris les messages internes de officiers révélant leur nettoyage communautaire. Zoe Carter et Walter Jenkins témoignèrent également, renforçant l'argument selon lequel l'incident de Maya n'était qu'un symptôme d'un problème systémique beaucoup plus vaste. Le point culminant fut le témoignage d'un témoin surprise. L'officier Hansen. Dans un revirement inattendu, Illinois choisit de platter coupable aux accusations de falsification, de preuves et offrit de témoigner contre ses anciens collègues en échange d'une peine réduite. Assis à la barre, Illinois déclara: J'ai passé de années à suivre un système que me appris avoir de menaces la OILNY n'avait pas. Le Dr. Thompson a sauvé la vie de mon fils. Et l'ai traité comme un criminel. Je n'ai pas changer le passé, mais j'ai per dire la vérité maintenant. Son témoignage, diffuse and direct, ébranla les défenses de plainants. Le tribunal rejeta la plainte pour diffamation, statuant que les déclarations de Thompson étaient fondées sur de faits vérifiables. Mieux encore, le juge ordonna une enquête fédérale élargie sur les pratiques de organisations de défense de forces de l'ordre impliquées dans le procès. Cette décision envoya un message clair. Les tentatives d'intimidation contre ceux qui dénoncent les injustices seraient confrontées à des conséquences. Du ans après l'incident au Greenleaf Market, les Thompson se tenaient sur la scène d'une conférence nationale sur les droits civiques. Invites à partager leur histoire. Maya, dans un robe élégante que contrastait avec le sweatshirt Howard de ses jours fatidiques, s'adressa à la foule. Nous n'avons pas choisi ce combat, mais nous avons choisi de ne pas le fuir. Chaque défi, chaque menace nous rappelle que la justice n'est pas un don, mais un conquête. Marcus ajuda. Ce n'est pas seulement notre histoire, c'est celle de tous ceux qui refusent de se faire face à l'injustice. Ensemble, nous pouvons construire un monde où la dignité ne dépend pas de la perfection. Leur impact était tangible. Le département de police de Nashville, sous la direction d'un nouveau chef progressiste, avait mis en place de conseils communautaires dotés d'un réel pouvoir de supervision. Les plaintes pour inconduite policière étaient désormais examinées par des panels indépendants. Et les formations sur les préjugés implicites étaient obligatoires. À Oak Ridge Hills, LHOA avait été restructuré, avec de règles transparentes pour empêcher la discrimination. Les valeurs immobilières, loin de s'effondrer comme certains le craignaient, avaient un augment grâce à l'atrait d'un quartier désormais perçu comme inclusif. Maya continua d'innover à l'hôpital, développant un réseau national de mentorat pour les professionnels de santé issus de minorités. Son programme, désormais financé par des subventions fédérales, formait de centaines de jeunes médecins en naviguant dans d'environnements souvent hostiles tout en plaidant pour de réformes systémiques. Marcus, quant à lui, fut décoré par le Pentagone pour son travail sur les relations police-militaires. Son initiative devenant un modèle pour d'autres bases militaires à travers le pays. Un moment particulièrement émouvant servant lors du 12e anniversaire de l'incident. Walter Jenkins organisa une cérémonie à l'église First Baptiste pour honorer les Thompson. La congrégation, composée de résidents de Oak Ridge Hills et d'autres quartiers, remplit l'église à craquer. Walter, la voix tremblant d'émotion, déclara. Le Dr. Thompson aimait sauve la vie, pas seulement en me faisant du bouche à bouche ces jours-là, mais en me rappelant que nous devons tous nous lever pour ce que est juste. Lorsque Maya et Marcus montrent sur scène, la foule leur offrit une standing ovation qui dura plusieurs minutes. De retour chez eux, Maya et Marcus accrochirent une nouvelle photo dans leur bureau. Une image d'eux du lors de la cérémonie, entours de Walter, Aisha, Zoe et d'autres allies. À côté, l'article de journal encadre, une détention injuste mène à une réforme policière systémique. Rappelait leur combat. Mais si en était plus seulement un souvenir de douleur. C'était un preuve que le courage pouvait transformer la société. Maya, en regardant la photo, murmura. Nous avons changé de choses, Marcus. Pas seulement pour nous, mais pour tous ceux qui viendront après. Marcus hocha la tête. Et nous continuerons. Tant qu'il y aura de l'injustice. Nous serons là pour la combattre. Leur histoire, devenue un cas d'étude dans les écoles de droit et les académies de police, illustre plusieurs vérités profondes. D'abord, l'excellence noire, bien que essentielle, n'est protégée pas contre les préjugés. Ensuite, les systèmes d'oppression sont interconnexes. Police, logement, santé et nécessitent de solutions globales. Enfin, le changement exige du courage, de la persistance et une coalition de voix diverses. Les Thompson ont prouve que même face à une intimidation coordonnée, la vérité peut triompher. Alors, qu'en pensez-vous? Si vous voyez une injustice dans votre communauté, feriez-vous comme les Thompson et continueriez-vous à lutter? Même suppression? Commentez-vous pour dire que vous vous lèverez? Ou vous pensez que le coût personnel pourrait être trop élevé? Partagez vos histoires dans les commentaires. Votre voix pourrait inspirer quelqu'un d'autre à agir. Likez cette vidéo. Abonnez-vous pour découvrir d'autres récits de héros du quotidien. Et partagez ce message d'espoir avec quelqu'un qui a besoin de le voir. Merci d'avoir suivi cette incroyable aventure avec Maya et Marcus Thompson. Une histoire que nous rappelle que la justice est possible lorsque nous refusons de baisser les bras. Now, seeing his wife in handcuffs outside a grocery store, something shifts inside him. He approaches with measured steps, his combat boots striking the asphalt rhythmically. Officer, he addresses Simmons with perfect military diction. I am Colonel Marcus Thompson, United States Army, 101st Airborne Division. You appear to be detaining my wife without cause. I'd appreciate an immediate explanation. Simmons blinks, caught off guard by the military presence, but recovers his bravado. This is a police matter, sir. I'll have to ask you and your colleagues to step back. Marcus doesn't budge. My wife is Dr. Maya Thompson, Chief of Neurosurgery at Nashville Memorial. She called me 17 minutes ago, and her call was interrupted. I need to confirm her well-being immediately. Hansen steps forward, trying to regain control. Your wife has been detained under suspicion of theft, sir. We're handling it according to protocol. Marcus notes the growing crowd, the phone's recording, and Brad Stevens' discomfort nearby. I see. And what evidence supports this allegation? Before the officers can respond, Karen Whitfield tries to slip away. Marcus turns slightly, his voice calm but firm. Ma'am, as you're involved in this situation, I'd appreciate if you remained present while we resolve it. Karen freezes, caught in his authoritative gaze. Returning to the officers, Marcus continues, I'm familiar with Tennessee Code Annotated 47 to 103, which outlines requirements for lawful arrest without a warrant. From what I observe, none of those conditions have been met. I request the immediate release of Dr. Thompson from restraints. Simmons shifts uncomfortably. Sir, with all due respect, you don't dictate police procedure. Marcus remains impassive. I'm not dictating procedure, Officer Simmons, he says, noting the name tag with emphasis. I'm requesting you follow it correctly. Dr. Thompson is the surgeon who saved Police Chief Donovan's daughter after her car accident last year. I believe he'd be interested in this situation. Lieutenant Williams steps forward. Colonel, should I contact the chief directly? I have his office on speed dial from our joint training exercise last month. The mention of their connection to the police chief rattles both officers. Hansen moves first, producing a key for the handcuffs. There may have been a misunderstanding here. As the cuffs come off, Maya rubs her wrists, noting the marks that will likely bruise. Marcus approaches, examining the red marks and a small cut on her cheekbone from the rough handling. "Are you all right?" he asks quietly. "I'm fine," Maya replies, her professional mask firmly in place despite the humiliation. Brad Stevens, the store manager, steps forward, hands raised placatingly. "Sir, there seems to have been a misunderstanding. If we could handle this privately." Marcus cuts him off. "No, Mr. Stevens. My wife was publicly humiliated based on a false accusation with no evidence. Any resolution will be equally public." Karen tries again to leave, but Marcus addresses her directly. "Ma'am, did you report that Dr. Thompson stole medication from your purse?" Karen stutters. "Yes, but I might have been mistaken." Captain Rodriguez, who's been recording on his military-issued phone, speaks up. "Colonel, I've notified base command. General Phillips sends his regards and asks if you require additional support." The mention of a general's awareness escalates the situation. The crowd grows, many filming videos that are likely already going viral. Marcus turns to Simmons. "I'd like to see the evidence that justified placing my wife in handcuffs." Simmons stiffens. "We were in the process of investigating when you arrived, sir." Marcus raises an eyebrow. "So you restrained a prominent physician before establishing probable cause? Interesting procedure." Maya touches Marcus' arm. "Marcus, my patience." He nods, understanding. "Dr. Thompson has surgeries scheduled this afternoon. Lives depend on her being present. I trust this matter can be resolved quickly now that the misunderstanding has been clarified." Simmons remains obstinate, but Hansen looks relieved at the exit strategy. Marcus nods to Lieutenant Williams, who initiates a call. "This is Lieutenant Williams with Colonel Thompson. We have a situation at Greenleaf Market involving Dr. Maya Thompson. The Colonel requests Chief Donovan's presence if available." The calculated risk pays off as the officers exchange nervous glances. Within minutes, sirens announce the arrival of Police Chief Richard Donovan, a tall man with silver hair and a no-nonsense reputation. Surveying the scene, military personnel, uncomfortable officers, and a crowd with phones raised. His expression darkens. The power dynamic has shifted completely. "Colonel Thompson," Donovan says, nodding respectfully, "I didn't expect to see you until next month's community liaison meeting. What's the issue here?" Marcus subtly repositions the conversation to remain in view of onlookers. "Chief, I appreciate your prompt response, but transparency serves everyone best here." Donovan's smile tightens, recognizing the tactical move. Maya speaks for herself, her professional demeanor unwavering. "I was accused of stealing medication from another shopper's purse, handcuffed without evidence, and threatened with arrest. When I tried to explain my identity or contact my husband, I was cut off and treated as if I were lying about living in this neighborhood." Donovan's gaze shifts to Simmons and Hansen, who stand at attention nearby. "I'm sure my officers were following protocol for reported theft." Marcus interjects smoothly. "Protocol includes establishing probable cause before detention, Chief. It also doesn't involve questioning someone's residence based on their race." The pointed observation hangs in the air. Maya and Marcus met 3 years ago when she was his neurosurgeon, treating combat injuries from a mission gone wrong. Their bond, built on mutual respect, now fuels their united front against discrimination. What do you think will happen next? Will Chief Donovan support his officers, or will he recognize the clear injustice? Comment below, and let's keep this story moving forward. Just as tensions peak, a new crisis unfolds. Walter Jenkins, a 78-year-old deacon from First Baptist Church, one of Nashville's oldest black churches, clutches his chest and collapses onto the asphalt. Maya, her doctor's instincts overriding everything, breaks away from the confrontation and rushes to his side. "Sir, can you hear me? I'm Dr. Thompson, a neurosurgeon," she says, assessing his vital signs. His pulse is irregular, his breathing labored. He's having a cardiac event. "Someone call 911. Officer Simmons steps forward, hand on his weapon. "Step back from him, ma'am. You're not authorized to." Marcus moves between them with lightning speed. "My wife is the chief of neurosurgery at Nashville Memorial." "Stand down, officer. Unless you'd prefer to explain why you prevented emergency medical care." Chief Donovan intervenes. "Officer Simmons, back off. Let the doctor work." Maya begins chest compressions, issuing clear instructions. "Lieutenant Williams, time these compressions. Captain Rodriguez, check if anyone has aspirin." The crowd forms a circle, giving her space as she works with practiced efficiency. Walter's eyes flutter open briefly. "You're the lady they were troubling," he gasps. "Wanted to help you, was too afraid." Maya squeezes his hand. "I understand. Right now, let me help you." Ambulance sirens grow closer. When paramedics arrive, Maya reports suspected myocardial infarction. Patient is Walter Jenkins, approximately late 70s, collapsed 4 minutes ago. "I've performed CPR. No medications administered yet." The lead paramedic recognizes her. "Dr. Thompson, we didn't know you were on scene." "I was here for another matter," she replies simply. The paramedics praise her quick intervention. "You likely saved his life, doctor." As Walter is loaded into the ambulance, he reaches for Maya's hand. "Thank you, doctor. I'm Deacon Jenkins from First Baptist. Should have spoken up when I saw what was happening." Maya smiles gently. "Rest now, Deacon Jenkins. We'll talk when you're feeling better." The scene transforms. Moments ago, Maya was a black woman in handcuffs, wrongfully accused. Now, she's a consummate professional who just saved a man's life, all while the officers who detained her watch helplessly. News crews capture the contrast, and the crowd's phones keep rolling. Maya's phone rings. She answers, listening intently. "I'll be there in 20 minutes, she says, turning to Marcus. "There's a 16-year-old with an expanding subdural hematoma at Nashville Memorial. The on-call neurosurgeon is stuck in traffic. They need me immediately." Marcus nods, then turns to Donovan. "Chief, my wife needs a police escort to the hospital. A teenager's life depends on her arriving quickly." Donovan hesitates briefly before agreeing. "Of course, I'll arrange it." Marcus adds, "I believe Officers Simmons and Hansen are available to provide that escort." Donovan nods. "Officers, escort Dr. Thompson to Nashville Memorial immediately. Priority 1. Simmons begins to protest, but Donovan cuts him off. "That's an order, officer." As Maya settles into the police cruiser, escorted by the same officers who handcuffed her, she maintains her composure. Marcus squeezes her hand. "I'll handle things here and meet you at the hospital." In the cruiser, Hansen adjusts the rearview mirror. "We'll have you at the hospital in 10 minutes, Dr. Thompson." The professional courtesy contrasts starkly with his earlier treatment. Maya meets his gaze in the mirror. "Officer Hansen, that teenager doesn't care about our conflict. He needs the best care possible. So let's focus on getting me there safely." The drive is tense but silent, the officers finally activating their sirens to clear traffic for the doctor they demeaned. At the hospital, Dr. James Richardson, the CEO, greets her. "Dr. Thompson, we've prepped or 3. The patient's scans are ready." As Maya heads to the operating room, she turns briefly. "Thank you for the escort, officers." The simple statement, delivered without rancor, seems to affect Hansen deeply. Inside, Maya steps into the surgical suite, Marcus' words echoing in her mind. "They need to see we cannot be broken." With that, she prepares to save another life, regardless of who deems her worthy. Have you ever witnessed someone rise above injustice to do good? Share your thoughts below, and let's celebrate the power of resilience. ## the ripple effect. A community responds. The incident at Greenleaf Market explodes across social media. Bystander videos capture every angle. Maya's wrongful detention, Marcus' authoritative intervention, and Maya's heroic act saving Walter Jenkins. The hashtag Justice for Dr. Thompson trends nationally within hours, amplified by medical professionals and military families alike. Marcus sits in the hospital waiting room, speaking with Elijah Washington, a prominent civil rights attorney. The body camera footage will be crucial, Washington says, making notes. I've filed motions to preserve all evidence. Store security, police recordings, everything. Marcus nods, his military training evident. Lieutenant Williams documented Hansen trying to get witnesses to delete videos. Captain Rodriguez has continuous footage from my arrival until Maya left. Washington looks up sharply. Tampering with witnesses is serious misconduct. Outside, journalists gather, drawn by the viral story's dramatic elements. A decorated officer, a brilliant surgeon, blatant racial profiling, and Maya's life-saving act. Greenleaf Market releases a hasty apology, announcing Brad Stevens' termination. Karen Whitfield, identified online, is placed on leave by her employer. Inside, Dr. Richardson brings Marcus coffee. Colonel, the hospital board supports Dr. Thompson fully. Our legal department is ready to assist. After 4 hours in surgery, Maya emerges, exhausted but successful. The teenager's condition is stable, his prognosis good. In the locker room, she notices a bruise on her cheekbone from the handcuffing. Dr. Amelia Carter, a colleague, enters. Maya, that was amazing work. Everyone's talking about what happened today. Just doing my job, Amelia. Maya replies, her professional mask in place, both in surgery and at the grocery store. The hospital's behind you 100%, Amelia says. The support is meaningful, but the experience lingers. Marcus embraces Maya in the waiting room, their shorthand communication conveying everything. Surgery went well, she says. Good, he replies. Lieutenant Williams enters with news. Military officials from Fort Campbell have condemned the treatment of a decorated officer's family and requested a full investigation. Mayor Patricia Collins calls an emergency town meeting to address the incident and broader community police relations. As they leave, Dr. Richardson arranges security due to threatening social media messages from police supporters. At home, Maya's hands tremble as she sets down her keys, the delayed shock hitting. Marcus holds her as tears fall. I did everything right, she whispers. Degrees from Howard and Johns Hopkins, board certification, saving lives. None of it mattered because I was black in a sweatshirt. Marcus has no words, only presence, as they review legal documents from Washington. Then, Maya's phone rings, an unrecognized number. Dr. Thompson, this is George Simmons, Officer Simmons' father and police union president. I hope you recognize that pursuing complaints could have repercussions. Marcus responds, his voice commanding. Mr. Simmons, if you're threatening my wife, this call is recorded and will be provided to our attorney. The line goes silent, then Simmons backtracks. No threat intended, Colonel. Just an observation. He hangs up. They're not going to make this easy, are they? Maya asks. They never do, Marcus replies. But we have something they don't, the truth. What would you do if faced with such intimidation? Comment number 1 if you'd push forward like the Thompsons, or number 2 if the personal cost feels too high. Like and subscribe to follow this battle for justice. Within 48 hours, a counter-narrative emerges, claiming Maya was combative, and Marcus abused his military authority. 3 days later, the Thompsons find their garage door spray-painted with a racial slur. Police response is delayed, officers taking minimal notes with indifference. At the hospital, Maya discovers her surgeries reassigned due to patient requests. Dr. Richardson calls her in. I've received anonymous complaints questioning your fitness to practice. I consider them baseless and retaliatory, but I must document them. Zoe Carter's data shows Simmons and Hansen's disproportionate stops in Oak Ridge Hills. George Simmons' testimony unravels, his attempt to influence Williams' damning. Community members, including Walter Jenkins, share similar experiences of profiling. Maya's final statement resonates. The expectation of black excellence as a prerequisite for dignity is insidious. We must be exceptional, yet even that may not be enough. The evidence creates an unassailable narrative of systemic discrimination. As the Thompsons leave, surrounded by supporters, they remain composed, knowing the system's reform hinges on this moment. What's your take on systemic bias? Have you seen it in your community? Comment below, and let's keep this conversation alive. 6 months later, Nashville's police department transforms. Simmons and Hansen are terminated, facing criminal charges for civil rights violations and evidence tampering. George Simmons faces indictments for corruption and witness tampering. The DOJ mandates reforms, bias training, community oversight, and transparent discipline. Chief Donovan embraces change, aiming for a reformed department. Karen Whitfield, after community service at First Baptist, becomes an advocate against unconscious bias. Oak Ridge Hills forms an inclusion council led by Walter Jenkins, dismantling redlining practices. Property values remain stable, disproving racist assumptions. Maya starts a mentorship program for minority medical students, teaching strategies to navigate discrimination. Nashville Memorial implements protocols to address patient disparities. Marcus, promoted to full colonel, develops a military-civilian relations initiative. Despite victories, the personal toll lingers. Maya feels anxiety in public. Marcus remains vigilant. They stay in Oak Ridge Hills, refusing to let injustice displace them. Maya performs surgery on Hansen's mother, offering the same care as always. Hansen, humbled, acknowledges his wrongs. The Thompsons host a neighborhood barbecue, fostering unity. Nashville Memorial's bias training spreads regionally. A year later, Maya returns to Greenleaf Market. An elderly woman approaches. "Aren't you Dr. Thompson? You saved my grandson's life." The recognition for her work, not her presence, is the change they fought for. Their framed newspaper article, "Wrongful Detention Leads to Systemic Police Reform," sits alongside their awards, a testament to their fight. Their case becomes a national training example, showing accountability as correction, not punishment. What's your story of standing up or wishing you had? Share below, hit like, and subscribe to support stories of justice and hope. Have you faced or witnessed discrimination? Comment your story, it could inspire others. Like, subscribe, and share to amplify this message of hope and accountability. Thank you for joining this journey from darkness to transformation. Let's keep building a world where dignity isn't earned by perfection but granted to all.